What did the Pilgrims get when they crossed to Turkey with a ghost?
I don't know.
A poultrygeist.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I told you they were bad.
Very well done. Very seasonal. Very well done.
Hi, welcome to Everything's Dumb. My name is Victoria.
I'm Kate.
This is my first American history episode.
First of one of 80.
TBD.
84? Okay.
We don't know how many. I'm starting at the very beginning.
Okay.
So we'll see when I get bored of this.
It's fitting because we are currently living the very end of America.
I really don't want to laugh at that because it's so upsetting. But that's accurate. That is accurate, my friend.
It's good to look back. It's like right before the season finale of an episode when they like recap from the beginning. This will be nice. This will be fun.
It's so upsetting. Okay. Shit. I regret all of this now.
Hey, I would much rather learn about American history than American current events. How about that?
That is true. That is true.
Yep.
There is a reason we're not a political podcast.
Nope. These episodes would be 5 hours long. You think they're long now? Imagine.
Oh my God. And they'd end in tears. And not like laughing so hard at Victoria that we both end up in tears. It would be like crying tears.
There would be even more alcohol involved.
Yeah. You know, I noticed in a few episodes recently that I laugh so hard that my makeup just starts like pooling underneath my eyes. And so I am now wearing waterproof mascara.
Wow.
So when I am in the shower later tonight scrubbing off waterproof mascara, I want all of you fuckers to be grateful.
We get a lot of like viewer feedback about that.
Yeah, you guys better appreciate it. You better tell me I look prettier.
No, a bunch of people demanding that your
mascara be waterproof.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I was critical of it. I thought you said, are we going to? I was like, yeah, people better notice.
Oh, for sure. Now all the compliments will come rolling in.
That was what was
holding back our algorithm from really taking off was the mascara.
It's my sloppy mascara.
Running because I'll take the compliment that you were like laughing so hard. It might have been sweat because
a lot of it was sweat for sure.
Sluts.
You know.
All right.
Freudian slip. But also, to be fair,
that slutty mascara.
Some of it was laughing at you. Some of it was laughing at you laughing at me. So, okay, I need to inform you of something.
Okay.
That I wish I had known this in my last episode.
Okay.
It would have been such a delicious morsel. And when
Do we need that one to be long?
It was only an hour and 8 minutes? Okay, so when I was going through my notes from the last episode and just like organizing everything and closing all the tabs and all of that, I read something that I had totally missed.
I've done that.
And I
just don't care as much.
Angry with myself. No, listen to this shit.
Okay,
so remember how in the last episode it was that I did about conspiracy theories?
Okay.
The guy who shot JFK was named Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yes.
His last name was Oswald. This is important. Remember that. Okay. Remember how I said that one of the men who could potentially have been accused of shooting him, shooting JFK, was Woody Harrelson's dad because he was a hitman.
Right.
Okay. His name was Charles. I kept forgetting his name. His name was Charles Harrelson. And like I said, he did not do that. He was innocent of that. He did shoot and kill a judge, which is why he was in prison, and he died in prison in the 90s. Woody Harrelson's mother, her maiden name was Oswald. What the fuck?
Yep.
What the fuck?
That's a little weird.
Isn't that so weird?
Yep. That's pretty crazy.
Isn't that weird? And then
some
also,
conspiracy stuff.
while I was Googling the Harrelson family, so you know how he and Matthew McConaughey are really good friends?
Yeah.
So Matthew McConaughey's mother says that there is a possibility that Matthew McConaughey's dad, his biological dad, is actually Charles Harrelson. Because she and Matthew McConaughey's dad separated or broke up or something, and she met Charles Harrelson and they had an affair. And then she got back together with her husband, and then 9 months later, Matthew McConaughey was born. Doesn't that sound so made up?
Yeah.
So people keep asking them if they're going to take a DNA test because they're like best friends.
Right.
And Woody Harrelson is like, yeah, I'm down. But Matthew McConaughey grew up with his father, who he loved, and he had a great relationship with him. And he's like, I kind of don't want to find out that he's not my dad.
Yeah.
And his dad actually died, I think, also in the 90s.
He was shot.
No.
He was a judge, and he was shot.
No. Oh, my God. Oh, I should have just pretended that that was actually what happened.
End of episode.
Because that's a better story. No, he actually died because he and his wife were having sex and he had a heart attack.
I mean,
so
what a way to go.
I know. At least he was enjoying himself.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Also, I did another Google search on whether the term
what
that
position
I was
they were in.
No. No. I don't want to know that information. I did another Google search on whether the term that I was using to describe the three men was offensive or not.
Oh, yes.
And originally the internet told me that it was not in the slightest, and that's why I used it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am learning that it's not a slur, but it's impolite.
Okay.
Which I did not know previously. So I am sorry to all the men who travel on trains who clearly listen to this podcast who were offended.
Yeah.
I apologize.
That's a huge part of our market.
Yeah.
The advertisers are not going to be happy.
I know. I fucked up there. Sorry. Okay, so part 1 of my American history experience.
Epilogue. Anthology.
Anthology. Beautiful. Nice use of the English language.
Took a few tries, but I got there.
You got there. That's all that matters. So part 1 today is going to be about the Pilgrims and the Puritans and why the fuck they were so weird. So all of this started, I think that we basically have the United States of America. We can blame all of this on Martin Luther.
Okay.
Who was a German. There was a long list. It was like how these days someone is like actor, producer, writer, philanthropist, public speaker,
lots of slashes,
author. Yeah. He basically was a German priest.
Right.
But he was like a theologian or whatever that term is. And like a former monk.
Okay.
Anyway.
Couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Yep.
Clearly.
So he is the guy that we all know. He had an issue with the Catholic Church in the 1500s. And the story goes that he nailed his 95 thesis to the church door. I learned today that might not have actually happened.
Great.
Burst that bubble. So he did write a list of complaints that he had with the church, but he might not have been so dramatic as to nail it to the door.
He forgot to mail it to them.
He probably just like passed them in the public square and was like, oh, here you go. Like, I've been meaning to give this to you.
Or just slid it under the door.
Yeah. It's not as exciting.
No.
But anyway, so that happened in 1517 in Germany. Side note, which I never learned ever until literally this morning. He was a raging anti-Semite.
Oh.
Like disgusting. Like, I thought that he was this great historical figure who like took issue with the corruption in the Catholic Church. And he was like, I don't think that the church should have all this power over us and we should be able to have our own relationship with God, blah, 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 blah. No, he was a piece of shit.
So he was a German anti-Semite in like the 1500s?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gee. Talk about a trendsetter.
Well, right. So the Nazis,
Wow.
400 years later, were like, see, Germans hate Jews and we always have. And they pointed to him and yeah.
I can't believe that a bigger part of Nazism isn't like nailing things to doors.
I mean, maybe they don't know their history very well.
It's a shame.
Yeah. It is a shame. That is the worst part about them. They don't know their history very well.
You know, I've never really heard anyone say anything critical, but that's a ding towards Nazis, and you heard it here first.
Oh, God. This is dangerous territory. Okay, so he had a lot of complaints with the church. One of them was that if you committed a sin, you could pay for an indulgence and that would like buy your salvation. So basically you could give the church money and they would give you it was like they would pray over you or literally give you a piece of paper or something.
Like a get out of hell free card?
Yes, exactly. So he was like, well, that's fucked, which I agree.
Yeah.
Now that I know all that other stuff about him.
But yeah.
Well, that's why the Catholic Church has so much money. They made millions of dollars hundreds of years ago. Yeah. So he started the Protestant Reformation and it swept across Europe. And this was also when the printing press started. Okay. So people, they were able...
Man.
Exciting times.
A lot of shit happening.
Yes. So people reproduced his list of complaints, his 95 thesis, and then they passed it around Europe so everyone could see it. Not everyone could read it.
Did they nail it to stuff or just?
I hope so.
Okay.
If they were going to make a movie about it, they would have to include that, right?
Right.
It's so dramatic.
Right.
Yeah. But then also people could finally purchase their own Bibles. Again, not that many people could read, but like if you could read or if one person in your family could read, you could have a Bible and they could read it. As opposed to before the printing press, every single Bible was handwritten by monks. So like you couldn't afford that.
No wonder that guy stopped being a monk.
Yeah. Just like the cramps
in
your fingers.
Carpal tunnel.
Oh gosh. And like with a quill.
No.
Nope. So a bunch of Europe was like, okay, we're not going to be Catholics anymore. Britain remained Catholic because of the English Channel. It's quite effective. It separated them from the continent, so they just kept doing their own Catholic thing.
I was like, what about the English Channel is Catholic? I'm so confused.
No. It's just water. It just keeps them isolated.
Okay. I was just like, I don't understand. I went to Catholic school and they never said anything about channels. Help.
I don't get it. So that happened in 1517. And then in 1534, King Henry VIII wanted divorce from Catherine of Aragon. And the Pope was like, no. And he was like, well, then we're not going to be Catholic anymore. So then he split with the church and started the Church of England, which is basically Catholicism, except without the Pope being in charge. The crown is in charge.
Is that like Episcopalian?
It's just Church of England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's just what it's called.
Okay.
I think they just refer to themselves as Christians.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
Okay.
There's a chance I'm wrong.
Okay.
But that's what we're going with today.
All right.
So after the Church of England was formed, we are getting to the relevant part here. So after the Church of England was formed, every British citizen was required to attend services in the Church of England. So they're supposed to go to their local, like you couldn't pray at home. You were expected to show up to church. But some people were like, well, we don't want to do that. We want to pray at home. This was considered treason.
Wow.
Which seemed like a really good use of everyone's time. So there were some farmers in northern England, and they were called separatists, which apparently was a derogatory term at the time. And they were like, okay, fuck that. We're just going to pray at home, even though they knew that it was treason. They're rebels. So they fully left the Church of England. And to avoid being persecuted, they moved to the Netherlands.
They fully left England.
They Fully. Yeah, exactly. They moved to the Netherlands, which had more freedom of religion. But after like a decade, they were like, well, our kids aren't going to be raised with English culture and English heritage. Like they're going to be Dutch, and we don't like that.
That's what happens when you move away from the
Yeah.
country. Yep.
But God forbid you're not raised British.
Mm.
That's the worst possible outcome for someone. So they heard about this place called the New World, and they were like, well, if we all move there together, we are British, we can raise our kids to be British, but we'll have religious freedom in the New World because we won't have like King Henry sending his goons after us. So so the Pilgrims moved. I think there were 100 of them, 102, something like that. Like just not that many Pilgrims went to Massachusetts, and they started. So the Pilgrims went to Massachusetts on the Mayflower, which I'm sure you've heard of. In 1620, they formed the Plymouth Colony.
Yep.
And half of them died in the first winter because they starved / froze to death.
Down to 51.
Yeah.
Quick math.
Look at that math.
Quick math.
You watched Sesame Street.
I did.
Do they do math on Sesame Street?
They do.
Oh, counting.
Yeah.
The count.
Yeah.
Okay.
The count. Yes. Famously in charge of that. Yeah.
Well, is that not what he does?
No, it is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he counts for sure.
Yeah. They actually didn't call themselves Pilgrims. They called themselves the Forefathers. The term, I know. That's embarrassing for them.
How funny when the actual forefathers. And they're like, we're just going to steal that.
Yeah, we're going to take that name. The term pilgrim didn't even show up for another 200 years.
Posthumously Pilgrim.
Yes.
My new autobiography.
Another P. Okay. You're such a pilgrim. Everything about you screams pilgrim.
Posthumously Pilgrim. Or a band name. Yep.
That's a good one.
Thanks. I just trademarked it so nobody can have it.
So that's the Pilgrims. They, like I said, completely left the Church of England. They were extremely strict with their religion. Like crazy strict.
So when they came to America, didn't they start churches where everyone had to go?
Okay, so
it just seems like they went for not wanting to leave their house. They went a long distance.
It's not
they didn't want to like go down the road a mile on Sundays. We'll just go to the Netherlands and then to a completely new country. Cuz we're homebodies. It just seems a little strange.
But at the Plymouth colony, they could pray in their houses and they wouldn't get hanged for treason.
Okay. It just seems like
a long way to go.
Yeah, just stay home.
Yeah, you may as well just have gone to church.
Yep.
But they also, because the Church of England was basically Catholicism, they still had problems with it.
Oh, okay.
Like they wanted to be pretty much Protestants. Yeah.
Which is another good band name. Pretty much Protestants.
Pretty much Protestants.
Again, trademarked.
Oh, fuck. Those are the Pilgrims. And so they came in 1620, and 1621 was when they had the first Thanksgiving with the...
Do you think the Native Americans were just waiting for the numbers to dwindle so they didn't have to make as much food?
So they have to feed as many people?
Yeah. Like 102 people. That's a lot of mouths.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot.
You'd have to put like an extra leaf in the table. Did you ever have to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
And then you have to like line up the things, and then you have to like shove both ends together really hard.
It's a 2-person job, but even then it's annoying. It's really like a 4-person job.
It should be a 4-person
job. But there's
job.
never 4 people around to do it.
Or at least not 4 sober people.
Never.
Yeah, they had the first Thanksgiving in 1621 with the...
turkey, mashed potatoes, corn.
Probably corn. The Wampanoags tribe.
Yep.
Okay, so those are the Pilgrims. The Puritans, which you would think that they would be more religiously strict because their name is like pure,
Sure.
Puritan. But the Pilgrims apparently were way more psycho about following the religious rules.
Strange.
The Puritans were more based on like we want to go to the New World and make a bunch of money by like hunting and farming.
Huh.
They traded stocks in the form of pelts. I read this on the internet.
As like stalks of corn?
No. Oh, that's a thing, huh?
Yeah. They traded stocks.
Yeah. Or is it an ear of corn? No, a stalk is the plant,
The whole
huh?
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
The ear is just the
bit that
yellow.
you eat. Yeah. So the Pilgrims left the Church of England. The Puritans wanted to reform the Church of England.
Oh.
But I think that once they got to the U.S., they were like, well, not the U.S. at the time, the New World. I think they were like, we're just more interested in setting up our own system over here. We're not really interested in the Church of England anymore.
Mm.
So they were also Protestants. So the Pilgrims, only 102 of them came over. For the Puritans, it was 1,000 of them.
Jesus.
And then came over 10 years later and they formed the Massachusetts Bay Colony. And they had a lot more money because it was like wealthier people came over. And they were able to actually build a town and like get their shit together. And they are the ones who created a model Christian society in America.
Fuckers.
So I blame them for a lot of our problems.
Mm-hmm.
And with the Puritans, they believed in predestination. So they thought that no matter how it was, okay, it's really confusing, especially for someone who's like not religious. I really had to try hard to wrap my head around this. They thought that everything in your life in terms of going to heaven has already been decided. So no matter how you live your life, it's already determined. And so I was like, well, then why not just do whatever the hell you want?
Right.
But they were really strict because they thought that how they lived their lives was an indication about whether or not they were already decided to go. So they thought that if they like sinned, that was a sign that they were a bad person and they were going to go to hell. And they didn't want people around them to think that they were going to go to hell. So they were on their best behavior to show that they were a really good person who was going to go to heaven.
So they didn't think that their actions would actually determine whether or not they would go to heaven. It was just to make other people think that they were going to heaven. That's exhausting.
I know. And then they were always just like watching each other too to see if anyone would slip up. So it was a very like, people were always telling on each other.
That's like before social media?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. But they also thought that if you had a lot of wealth, then God was favoring you.
Right.
And that if you were poor, then there was something morally wrong with you. So they judged poor people because they thought that they were legitimately bad people.
So Republicans are Puritans.
Yeah.
So we can just start calling them Puritans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, America was unable to escape that early, like, religious judgmental structure. So that sucks. But also, I thought this was really funny. Puritans, I forget what episode it was, but I talked one time about how people used to drink beer instead of water because water might be contaminated.
Right.
So they would drink beer like all day long.
Right.
Puritans would do that. I read online that beer and wine were served at religious events like weddings and christenings, as well as at public gatherings like town meetings and court sessions.
Nice.
So they would be having a trial and just like sipping on a carafe of wine.
Raise your glasses. The judge is in session.
The judge is here.
So instead of a gavel, he just sets down his glass really hard.
So I read that.
Take a pint and like slam it on.
I read that and I was like, okay, I guess they weren't all bad.
Wow. I really did not think of Puritans as alcohol. I think when I think of Puritan, I think like even more Mormon. Like that level of like, we don't do anything. We don't experience joy. We just smile because we think that that's the same thing as happiness.
Well, they did not approve of drunkenness. So if you got sloppy, then they would look down on you, but they didn't disapprove of alcohol. So, like, you could drink all day, but as long as you could keep your shit together.
I bet this was also one of the societies, like, you know how we were talking in the drinking age versus driving age episode about how, like, there are certain places where 13-year-olds and 10-year-olds can drink.
Children.
Well, when you were saying christenings, I was like, is the baby part of this?
You gotta get them started early.
Little water for the head, little beer for the mouth, and just...
Yeah. Well, because the water was, you know.
Maybe they christened them with beer.
Mm.
Or the wine. Did they have wine in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
beer,
yeah.
Beer and wine.
Just a little something for the
They
baby.
also...
Just to get them to go to sleep. You don't want them crying through the ceremony.
You also said in the drinking and driving episode that, like, if you can't get your baby to fall asleep, you can split a pitcher of margaritas with them. And then take, like, family nap time.
I'm available for babysitting for anybody that...
Oh, my God.
Only top shelf, I promise.
Yeah, your toddler will not have a hangover.
No.
Fuck.
Top
Okay.
shelf stuff.
I'm glad that none of our friends have kids to take you up on that. They also believed that alcohol had medicinal properties, and they used it to treat illnesses, and they believed that it provided strength.
Nice. I do feel stronger when I'm a few deep. I feel like I can run fast.
Isn't that great? Like, Puritans just drinking a shit ton of beer and then challenging each other to, like, push-up contests and stuff.
I'm alive. Yeah. And then they just... I bet... Was that, like, the origin of arm wrestling?
Oh,
because
maybe.
I feel like that would be a good...
We can say it is.
Puritan arm wrestling.
Yeah.
The third band name idea of the episode.
Fuck, you're on a roll. I mean, I've never thought of a good band name ever, so I'm never going to catch up.
You're going to accidentally say one, and I'm going to be like, there it is.
Okay.
Just wait.
Let me know when that happens.
Stay tuned.
So I have one good thing to say about the Pilgrims and the Puritans. And it is that they both valued education and literacy.
That you're going to say died off, but yeah.
Well, the terms died off, but their descendants are everywhere.
That makes sense.
I mean, they procreated like rabbits.
Well,
or like religious people do.
They had beer at every event.
Yeah. Also, the Puritans did not disapprove of premarital sex, but if a couple gets pregnant, then they immediately have to get married. So there's a historian who said that there weren't very many Puritan babies who were born out of wedlock, but a shit ton. Well, that's not her word. That's my word. She said a lot of them were conceived out of wedlock.
Huh.
But like as soon as they found out they're pregnant, they would immediately get married. So like you can have premarital sex, but like you better only do it with someone that you like, or else you might have to get married.
Ghosts lied to us. Patience.
Oh, I forgot about Patience. Yeah. That
was not historically accurate.
Did they say that she was a Puritan or a Pilgrim?
Yeah. No, she was a Puritan.
Well, then what is it? CBS?
Yep.
CBS didn't do the fucking research.
Guess not.
They never do their research. Do your research, guys. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
I mean, you could write to them.
Maybe I will.
Send them this episode.
Okay.
And if they start stealing all the band names, I copywrote all of them.
Yes.
Right now.
Verbal copyright.
Yep. Legally
binding.
Yep. Thank you.
I don't know how the law works at all.
Legally binding. That's the band name.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, also quickly. So
okay, back on track. Actually, wait a sec.
So that's why I can't ever like finish my dishes. I get distracted and bored. So they... Oh my God, what was I saying? Hold on. Oh, so they also believed that within a marriage, it was your responsibility to have sex with your spouse.
Okay.
And that you should not withhold sex. And when I read that, I was like, this screams of marital rape. Like, I'm not super into this. But the very next line, because I was reading some article from some historian about the Puritans, the very next line described a case where a husband withheld sex from his wife and he was like ostracized for it. And I was like, fuck yeah. Because normally it's the other way around.
Yeah.
But I was like, cool. I like that she was the one who was like, he owes me.
Was he gay?
Maybe. Well, they did not approve.
Yeah.
Of homosexuality.
Because you can't have chillins.
Right.
No babies.
Right.
To keep multiplying the Puritanness.
Yeah. Is that the reason that they disapprove of it? Just because it doesn't lead to crying little things?
I mean, that's
that
the reason that
body?
Catholicism disapproves of it. That and like, obviously in like Bible days, anything that you could get an illness from was like a sin because they thought that God was punishing you. So that's why like it's mentioned alongside like eating shellfish because they didn't have ways to clean things back then.
Wait, so according to the Bible, eating shellfish is just as bad as being gay?
Yeah. You ever heard that? In Leviticus.
Okay, so
and getting a tattoo.
I eat shellfish on like a pretty, not super regular basis, but like I eat it every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just as sinful in their eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Right.
Not that I thought that being gay was bad. Let me clear the air. I'm saying according to these like crazy Christians who say that it's a sin.
They don't make that correlation, but it's right next to it.
Is it also in the Bible that you're not supposed to wear clothes that are made of two different fabrics?
Two different yes. Yeah.
What the fuck?
That one I don't understand. I understand the shellfish one. I understand the tattoo one. Like people were getting infections and people were getting sick from eating shellfish that wasn't properly cleaned. And same thing with certain types of sex where there was no cleanliness.
Yeah.
No one washed anywhere.
Gross, dude.
Anyway.
People are gross.
Get back to the
Human
Puritans.
bodies are gross. They're all gross.
Yep.
Everyone's nasty. Anyway, okay. So as I was saying, we can stop talking about sex and now we can talk about how they valued education and literacy.
So much more exciting.
Sorry. This is in my notes. I have to say it.
Yeah.
So
it's legally binding.
Not that many people back then could read. Okay. So it's amazing and it's actually great that they focus so much on teaching people to read. Of course, they wanted people to read so that they could read the Bible.
Right.
But regardless, they set up a system, a strict system, because they were all about strict rules, where you had to send your kids to school. And if you left the group and formed your own little town elsewhere, if it had a certain number of people, you had to not only educate your kids, you had to like form a little local school, and it was like the first version of a public school in America.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to send your kids there. And then if you had live-in servants, you had to pay for their children to be educated as well.
Oh, cool.
So they were really focused on education, which is great. So that is the one good thing.
They got one. Everybody gave us one.
They did. Now, this is how they ruined America.
Yay.
The Puritans' emphasis on hard work and piety contributed to a strong work ethic that I personally believe has ruined our country. This is why we have hustle culture. Mm-hmm. This is why we have, what's it called? Rise and grind. Yeah, this is why we have pull yourself up by your bootstraps. This is why you're expected to just be the best little worker that you can be. And when people meet you and they say, hi, I'm Bob. What do you do for a living? And it's like, well, why the fuck do you need to know that? Like, it's not, if I have an interesting job, I'll probably bring it up in conversation. But like, I am the same person, whether I am a lawyer or a bagger at a grocery store. Like, right. Why do you care? It's because of the Puritans. Assholes.
It's not just because of something to talk about.
There are other things to talk about. Like, why is work the only thing that people can talk about? Work is the last thing I want to talk about. It's so boring.
Yeah, I guess. It's just, maybe you should just start introducing yourself and be like, what are your hobbies?
I think that's a more interesting thing to talk about.
I mean, there are certain situations where that's not the first question. If you're at a wedding, it's how do you know the bride or groom? Or if you're at a birthday party, how do you know the birthday? What, you know?
Yeah.
What do you do for work is usually followed up by that because there's not much else. When you're looking at a person, there's not many other questions that you can ask them about themselves.
Yeah.
So how long have you had red hair? Like there's just not
a long time.
Yeah.
Not as red as it used to be. Okay, that is a fair point. I still think people should stop asking it, but I understand your point. I just don't talk to people.
Okay. That's another way to go about it.
But if and when I do, I never ask people what they do for a living. I feel like it's none of my business.
Yeah. I can't say I've ever... I can't remember really ever asking anybody that. It's usually about the situation that we're in. Like I said, if we're at a birthday party, if we're at a play or something, like we're talking about the thing that we're at or what we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do away from me. You're right here, right now.
Let's
talk about what we're doing.
Yes. You've made some good points.
Thank you.
I will consider them. The Puritans also set up a rigid social structure.
That sounds fun.
So it was a lot of judging people, like I said earlier, who don't have as much money as you, or if you're born into a poor family and you're not able to grind your way out of it, like work your way up, then they think that you're lazy, even if you do actually work really hard.
Cool.
So that sucks. And then, as you mentioned earlier, the Puritans came to the New World, and the Pilgrims did as well, looking for religious freedom. But they also were like, if you don't do it exactly how we do it, we are not only going to judge you, we are going to excommunicate you, we're going to shun you. Like, if you do not leave our society tonight, we will kill you. And so a lot of people like fled. And they were so strict that this is how places like Maine and Rhode Island and New Hampshire were formed, because people left the Puritans thinking like, you guys are way too strict, you're way too religious.
Right.
They would say, I do believe in God and I do want to pray, but like, I don't want to be judged this much. So they would just pack up, and a few people would like head down the road, and then all of a sudden Rhode Island was a thing. So
head down the road to this weird island.
Yeah.
And suddenly they have Rhode Island.
Yeah. So that historian, I don't remember, I think her last name was Crabtree, which I thought was pretty funny, because that's definitely like, in my mind, an East Coast thing.
Yeah.
But so that historian said that the Puritan laws about not tolerating other religions were so strict. She said you could suffer death for giving a Quaker directions for getting to the next town. Oh, they also hated the Quakers.
Yeah.
Like, hated them.
Yeah.
So if you, like, were friendly with a Quaker, they'd be like, hang him immediately. Which, like, what's the point?
It's a little confusing to me when a society focuses so much on, like, make children, make as many more people as possible.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I didn't like the way you sneezed. Hang him.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Well, also, I didn't write anything about this, so I don't exactly remember the details, but I did hear one time that the first, like, white person on white person murder in the New World. I don't want to say the first murder in America, because like, people have been here for thousands of years.
I was really, I was expecting you to say porn. I don't know why. White person on white person.
What?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting murder.
What?
I was very confused. Anyway, go on.
You were confused that I wasn't going to talk about porn.
No, I was confused as to why you were going to talk about porn all of a sudden. I was like, what is the first white person on white person?
Okay, I don't have time to unpack this.
Puritan porn.
Another thing that I can blame on the Puritans and the Pilgrims is the fact that Americans are weird about sex compared to
What?
the Brits. So, you know how when you think of British people, you think that they're so like polite and rigid and like I know for a fact that they don't express their feelings. They don't like to talk about their feelings. They're not very like handsy.
Lovey-dovey.
Yeah. It's a lot of just like handshakes. It's a lot of like, oh, I'm sorry. And then Americans are very loud and obnoxious.
No, what? Who said that? Sorry, I didn't know if I was supposed to like debate you on that just now.
No, because
is that the word? Really? Is that what's getting out about it?
Yeah, we're known around the world as being annoying.
What?
I know,
because we're known in our own country as being like
very intelligent and sophisticated.
So, like, just meek and quiet.
Meek.
And really not one to speak up and interject where we're not supposed to be or anything.
We're not known for
you know best.
giving our
we're
opinions.
Just gonna be back here.
Yeah.
Be in the background.
Meek.
America.
So the only time that is flipped is when people are talking about sex. Americans, compared to the British, do not like to talk about sex.
Mm-hmm.
It is awkward. It is private. It is shameful. Whereas Brits just talk about it openly all the time. Like if you watch British TV, like British sitcoms, they are filthy. And as an American, I'm like, whoa, that was a dirty joke. Whoa, okay. They're so open about it.
Huh.
And that comes from the fact that our country was founded by fucking pilgrims. Yep.
Not the Puritans. They were down. DTF.
Down to clown. In their hay mattresses, their straw blankets.
Yep.
Oh, God, that must have been so uncomfortable. Anyway, that's about it for the Pilgrims and the Puritans.
Wow.
Did you know any of that?
I did not know that the Puritans fucked.
For my closing segment, I have 3 delicious snacks that Americans invented despite our very stupid beginnings.
Okay.
We rose above it and we invented 3 fantastic things.
We redeemed everything by making a few snacks.
Yeah, but like the best snacks.
Okay. I bet I know one of them that's on there.
What is it?
S'mores.
No. What?
I don't know. I just figured those were like your favorites.
I love s'mores. Were they invented in America?
I don't know. I figured.
Oh, I'll have to look that up. Gosh. No. I love a s'more, and I love anything related to s'mores.
It's just named so stupidly, it has to be American.
I bet it is straight up from the Boy Scouts or something.
Yeah.
S'mores are so good. Now I want a marshmallow.
Well, the individual components, marshmallows, are from Egypt, chocolate is from Mesoamerica, and graham crackers are from the 19th century America, are not exclusively American. The specific combination and campfire preparation are: first recorded recipe for some Moors, in parentheses, appeared in the 1927 Girl Scout Handbook. Girl Scouts, bitches! You thought it was a Boy Scout.
When I said Boy Scouts...
Girl Scouts. They got the cookies. That's why.
As soon as I said Boy Scouts, I was like, man, that's a lot of internalized misogyny from me that I didn't even think that it would come from the Girl Scouts. And yeah, it did.
The 1927 Girl Scout Handbook, tramping and trailing with the Girl Scouts. God, they could have chopped that title a little harder. Solidifying its status as a distinctly American campfire dessert.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that marshmallows were from Egypt.
Yeah, what is that about?
From the mallow plant, which grows in Egypt. I didn't think anything grew in Egypt. I'm learning so much.
Wow, I'm proud of those girls.
Fucking A. 1927 Girl Scouts.
Oh my God, almost 100 years ago.
We're coming up the 100 years of s'mores. Okay, we need to have like a s'mores party. We need to have an actual s'mores party.
Also, pronounce graham cracker again.
Graham.
Ridiculous.
You can't mallow a marshmallow.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway.
Band title number 12. Or maybe that's a better song title for one of the previously named.
Yeah.
You can't mallow a marshmallow. Album title. Fuck.
That's an album title
Cross
right
an
there.
LP.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can you play any instruments? Because I feel like you should get this rolling.
No, I mean,
I guess these days you don't need to. GarageBand is a thing.
Yeah, I fucking made our intro, bitch.
Yes, you did.
Our intro, our in between segments music.
Oh, you did all the music. I didn't do anything. I downloaded GarageBand onto my phone and I opened it.
I played my phone.
Didn't go well.
That's how that works.
Wait, so you took guitar lessons?
Yeah.
For how long?
A couple years. Not long enough to be good at it. I remember some chords. And I have that little roll away keyboard thing that I need to start. I found that the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I need to start using that.
I was considering buying one of those recently. Are you able to plug headphones into it so that like your neighbors don't? Okay.
That's why I got it, because I want to learn how to play the piano and I don't want to make everyone else. I don't want everyone around me to know that I want to learn the piano.
Yeah.
I just want to do that on my own.
Silently.
Yes.
Yeah. I also want that. So maybe send me a link. Or maybe we can share, we can have custody.
Yeah, since I never use it. And the second I give it to you, I will want to use it.
Yes.
So that's how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Anyway, snacks.
Okay. So the first one.
Oh my God, we haven't done any. We just went on to s'mores. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, there are only 3, so this shouldn't take too long.
Okay. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, no, that would have been better.
Sorry. No, you can have them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Stop talking.
What's our breakfast? We're just going to decide that this is a breakfast snack. Whatever you say first.
Potato chips is the first one.
Sweet.
Because you can have potatoes in any form for breakfast,
yeah, you can.
I feel. So, in 1853, a chef named George Crumb at the Moon Lake Lodge in Saratoga Springs, New York, which... Doesn't that sound beautiful?
The Moon Lake Lodge.
Yeah, doesn't that sound nice?
It does.
I bet they make a really good Eggs Benedict.
Oh.
Like for sure. God. And you just eat it on the porch of the lodge with the lake and the trees, and it smells so nice, and there are squirrels. And maybe there's a little turtle coming out of the water. God, I miss the East Coast so much. So
we got squirrels.
It's not the same. Okay. So he was the chef, and a customer kept ordering French fries, and then they would send them back to the kitchen, and they kept saying that they're too thick. And so he would make a second batch a little bit thinner, and the customer was like, they're still too thick, like they're soggy. And so George Crumb got so annoyed that he started shaving potato peelings, and then he would fry the shit out of them so that they were not anything close to soggy. They were like super crispy. And then he doused them in salt. And he was like, is this good enough for you? Yeah.
Like, yes.
And the customer ate them, and he was like, these are so good. And he ate like the whole plate. And George Crumb was just like, oh shit. Okay.
So basically a Karen.
Yeah.
Inspired.
Yeah.
The first potato chip.
Yeah, he invented them basically out of spite.
Man, I'd love to invent something out of spite.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be the best use of spite ever.
Yeah, let's come up with something.
Okay. We need to get spiteful and creative. So instead of necessity is the mother of invention.
Frustration.
It could be
hatred.
Yeah.
Pettiness.
Yes. Pettiness is the mother of invention.
Yeah. Hopefully something
tasty
delicious.
Snacks.
Yeah. The next 2 are kind of desserts. So you know what? We're going to go with, I think the last one is going to be the cute one. So for the second one, we're going to go with Ruth Wakefield.
I've never had one of those.
She
sounds delicious. I just never had
one. She invented the chocolate chip cookie.
Damn.
Which I just assumed was like 1,000 years old.
Well, yeah. It seems like the quintessential cookie.
Right. But
when you think of a cookie, you most likely picture a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah. Because it's the only kind of cookie I actually like.
Okay.
I know.
I've definitely served you many other kinds of cookies
Yeah,
before.
but you make really good cookies.
Okay.
But if I go to a store, I mean, I do like Oreos.
A brownie cookie?
Well, that's different.
Oh, okay. I'm just naming cookies, man.
I just am never going to choose a sugar cookie over a chocolate chip cookie.
I don't think many people would.
Almost never going to choose a dessert that does not have chocolate in it.
I understand that about you.
Yeah.
1,000%.
About me.
No,
because I say it all the time.
Yep. I'm never going to, if there's an option with chocolate and there's an option without, there's not like a, but would she like? No.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be the chocolate every time.
Yeah.
Because it's dessert, so it should be chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
A sugar cookie or chocolate on top of dirt? Chocolate on top of dirt?
Yeah.
She can eat around the dirt.
God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt.
Okay.
So she was baking cookies in 1930.
Whoa. The Flappers didn't have chocolate chip cookies? On the RMS Titanic, there were no chocolate chip cookies. What? No wonder World War I happened. Wait, when was World War I? Does that timeline work?
1914 to 1917.
Yep. Fuck yeah, man. I figured it out.
That was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of the geopolitical conflict across Europe for 20 years prior.
When the Civil War began.
Yep.
If both sides would have been able to sit down over a warm, out of the oven, those deep dish, like when they put them in like a ceramic, and you need a spoon,
and then a scoop of ice cream on top, and then the ice cream just melts
instantly and gets into all the crevasses created by the crackling top of the deep dish.
God. If I don't eat a warm chocolate chip cookie tonight, there's going to be a problem.
We're going to have to go big after this, aren't we?
I love being friends with you.
I'm pretty sure I have all the ingredients in my kitchen right now.
I've made a lot of really bad decisions in my life, but this was probably a good one.
I'll have to check on the brown sugar, but I think we might. We're being attacked. We gotta hurry up.
Minnie's like, I want to be involved.
She heard that we're baking chocolate chip cookies, and she's like, let me in.
Wait, so s'mores are 3 years older than chocolate chip cookies?
That's fucking insane.
That sounds so wrong.
So,
doesn't that just sound impossible?
Yeah. How are you toasting? I mean, I guess if the Girl Scouts had been on the case.
Yeah.
So sorry. God damn it. Minnie, stop. We're being attacked. We're under attack. You want a chocolate chip cookie?
Show her. Minnie,
Minnie, you want to come? She's going to fall off the couch. Off the bed. Oh, Minnie, stop. Oh, God. Nope. Sorry. Camera shy. She just wanted to come in here and wreck the set a little bit. Oh, God.
The set.
Oh, God. Okay. We're almost done, Min.
We are almost done. Okay, so Ruth Wakefield was baking chocolate cookies in the year 1930, but she ran out of baker's chocolate. You know, like the unsweetened bar that you get?
That your parents would always trick you with. You'd be like, no, I want to try it. And they'd be like, you're not going to like it. No, but I want to try it. I love chocolate.
I can picture so specifically in my mind the exact cupboard that my mom had the baking supplies in, and that packaging, it was the brown package, and in the top, one of the corners, let's say top right hand corner, there was the little illustration,
specifically exactly about 2.5 by 1.5 centimeters in a rectangle.
Exactly. I think there was some orange involved. There was an illustration of a woman like taking a tray of something out of the oven, and it was chocolate. And I would always sneak in there and eat a little bit. And every time I was like, this tastes like dirt.
But dirt don't hurt. But it does when you think you're getting chocolate.
Taste buds. Yeah.
Yep. The baker's chocolate.
Yeah.
God, it was so confusing.
It was so confusing. Chocolate is not supposed to taste like that.
No.
So
what did you do to this?
Abomination is this. So she ran out of baking chocolate to make her chocolate cookies. So she decided to chalk up
some chocolates.
She decided to. I made it so far in this episode without completely fucking. Okay. She decided to chop up a bar of semi-sweet chocolate and add it to her dough. She just figured it would melt and blend into the batter while the cookies were baking. But when she took them out of the oven, the pieces of chocolate were intact and they were like melty and gooey and delicious. And she was like, well, this is fucking good.
Yeah.
And she served it to people and they obviously loved it because it's the best kind of cookie.
Right.
So she became the inventor of the chocolate chip cookie.
Wow.
Go Ruth.
I wonder if she was a Girl Scout.
Ooh.
That would be a good tie-in. Imagine if she was there for the invention of the s'more and then went on to invent the chocolate chip cookie.
Wow.
And then went on to have sex with Woody Harrelson's dad. That would be incredible.
He was pretty handsome. I've seen photos. I'm not
You're
gonna
like,
lie.
I'd get killed by that guy.
Yeah. So the third one is very cute. In 1905.
Marshmallow Peeps.
No, do you like Peeps?
No, I mean, they're fun to put in the microwave and watch them. Like,
okay. I've never done that.
Oh,
I've heard
it's
that
fun.
they get big though.
Yeah, they kind of like they expand, but like if you put them in there for long enough, you see them kind of like split open, and it's always their head that like goes off to the side.
Are Peeps always little chickens?
They have all different. They have bunny rabbits now,
but they started out as little.
Yeah, they were chicks.
Is it because like
chicks?
Peep, peep, peep. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's why I thought cute. I don't
know. Different cute.
Okay.
In 1905, 11-year-old Frank Epperson.
Aww.
He lived in the San Francisco Bay Area. Does that just mean San Francisco?
Yeah, well, I think maybe like around the city, like
okay,
like the I think that Bay Area is like
is Oakland
like
in
the
Bay
tri-state area or whatever.
Oh,
like
okay.
how it's multiple. It's like it's New York, but it's like the whole surrounding areas are kind of suburb-ish.
What is the tri-state? Is that Pennsylvania and New Jersey?
No, that's New York.
No, I know that New York. Well, okay. I thought the tri-state was New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Because isn't it 3 states?
I don't remember which states it is. I know it's New York, but I thought it was like the...
Well, I know New York is one of them, and I've always wondered what the others are, because it would be like, well, if you're one of the others, then sucks for you, because you're not New York.
New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Connecticut. Interesting.
The white people.
Yeah. Well, Pennsylvania's pretty white, too. Not the cities. Yeah. I love Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, it's the only good part of Pennsylvania. Well, you would also
like Scranton.
You would also like Hershey.
I've been to Hershey Park.
Have you?
Yeah.
I bet you would love it there.
Wait, why? Because it has white people?
No, because
because the chocolate.
They put like cocoa beans in the like lamp posts and stuff in the mulch so that it smells like chocolate at the park.
Okay, I don't remember that, but I did have fun there.
I bet if you went back, you would smell it and be like, I remember this.
Yeah. I had a good time there.
Good.
I went there the summer after I graduated college when I was young and cute. So I'm going to get this last one out. Okay. So 1905, San Francisco Bay Area, 11-year-old Frank Epperson. He mixed sugary soda powder. Never heard of that, but I guess that was a thing.
Soda what decade was this?
1905.
Sugary soda powder. That sounds like something from the 70s, but yes.
Yeah. Like that they would send into space.
Yes.
Like Tang or whatever.
Exactly.
So he mixed that soda powder, which was sugary, with water, and then he accidentally left it out overnight. And it was a cold night, so the mixture froze. And the next morning, he was like, well, this is delicious. So it had a wooden stirrer in it to mix up the soda powder.
Yes.
Which are 2 words that sound like they shouldn't go together.
Right, no.
But so he pulled it out on the little wooden stirrer and he ate it, and he called it an epsicle, which is a combination of his last name and the word icicle.
Nice.
And he started selling it around his neighborhood, and they were very popular. And then he started making them in like massive batches and taking them to the beaches in San Francisco and selling them to people on the beach. And they became really popular. And then later, and he applied for a patent. And then later,
at 11?
No.
Okay.
Like when he was a teenager in his 20s or something. And when he had kids later, he would give them to his kids, and they called them Pop's Sickles because their pop was giving the sickles to them. So then he renamed them Popsicles. So he invented popsicles at 11 years old.
That's very cute.
By accident.
When did the little wooden sticks start getting jokes put on them?
Oh, I don't know.
That would have been funny.
1956.
All right. You heard it here first.
Baby boomers. You know what? That's too early. They probably didn't want women reading jokes until I'm going to say 1972. All
right.
Yeah.
And now it's a fact because we said it on a podcast.
Yeah.
Cool.
It makes sense because SNL started in 1975. So 1972.
And what gave them the idea to be funny on television if it wasn't the jokes written on wooden popsicle sticks?
Yeah. So Lorne Michaels was actually at a soda counter, and there was a woman who read out, she was with her boyfriend, and she read out a joke on a popsicle stick, and the way that she delivered the joke was so funny. He was like, oh, women can be funny. Like, and that was really great.
Was Gilda Radner. She was a Girl Scout.
She sure was.
Nothing we've said in the past 30 seconds is true.
So it could be, but even if it's not, none of this matters.
Nope.
That could have been
the episode.
That could have been another name for this podcast.
None of this matters, and it might not be true.
It's probably not true.
That's the subtext, the subtitle for the.
You know what I love? I love a song title that has parentheses in it. Love it. Love it.
Or like when books do that, where it's like something, the story of blah, 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 and it's like a full half paragraph.
Oh, like with a colon?
Of like a description of what it is.
Yeah. When they're historical books, though, they get so boring.
At least they tell you what you're getting into.
That's true.
So you're not just like...
You're not going in with high hopes.
One night in Manhattan, what the fuck is this? And it's like the story of one editor's job to edit down an entire book by dawn.
By dawn.
And that's it. That's One Night in Manhattan. And he's just sitting at his desk with his red pen.
One Night in Manhattan could either be an album or a song, I think.
Dude. There you go. See, you're getting the hang of this.
I sure am. Okay, so that is U.S. History Part 1.
Sweet.
Thank you very much for listening and for watching. Our next episode, which will be out on Monday, is going to be about investor culture.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited about, and also excited to not have to research.
Yes. Me too, because I already did it. So
nice.
We are all set. But yeah. Lots of dumbness.
That makes sense.
Lots of people with way too much money and not enough brains.
Brains.
And
smooth brains.
You can't buy brains.
No, you can't.
You really can't. But you can lose a lot of money not having them. So that's next.
I'm excited about that episode.
Yay.
So
hopefully
tune in.
You are too.
Yeah. They ought to be. I mean, after this riveting episode about Pilgrims and Puritans.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can listen to our audio episodes wherever you find your podcasts, and our video episodes are up on YouTube and Spotify. And you can follow us on social media at Everything's Dumb Pod on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you have a dumb topic you would like us to discuss at length, as we are wont to do,
veer off and try to find as many band names as we possibly can as we're talking about it.
Then let us know.
Send those through.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, and we will talk to you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.